I'm Research Director for Systems Management at Enterprise Management Associates. And the management part is actually very important in our company name because we are really all about how we manage storage, network, compute, automation, all the components that an application consists of. How we manage those in a SLA-compliant and secure and well-performing way. So in that regard, there is a couple of new trends that have come up recently, such as DevOps, such as big data, that had a tremendous impact on this discipline of systems management, Jeremy, that you usually think is, it's just how do you keep the best SAN, the best switches, the best routers, the best load balancers, ideally running ideally in your data center. But today it is much more, how do I align all of those bits and pieces, all of those components, how do I configure them? How do I get them so that they optimally support a business service? And I think this is what we are talking about today when we talk about capacity management, which is really the backbone of all this, Jeremy.
So thank you, Torsten. And when I speak to customers, I know some of my customers out there that are CA technology, using CA technology software. Some have developed capacity management processes and are well along that path, while others, the light bulb hasn't gone off yet. And they may still be using Excel spreadsheets, or it may be once or twice a year type activity. What is some of your research finding, and how could that help some of these customers that are just starting out on capacity planning?
First of all, it's hard. It's really hard in today's environment that I was just mentioning, DevOps, big data, all of those new workloads, a lot more complexity. And traditionally, we've had our annual planning meetings, we had our spreadsheets, we would fill out all the really sophisticated with all those formulas. I don't want to trivialize it. And very, very clever people working on this. And, filling this out, basically locking themselves in the dark chamber, and, working on this for a couple of weeks and then presenting it to management saying, okay, here's why we need to buy this, that, and the other thing. And our latest cloud research, very interesting, everybody's talking about cloud or has been talking about cloud for the last 3-4 years probably already. But this latest research really shows that the old topics, such as capacity management, are coming back. You can call it capacity management 2.0 if you want.
Nice.
But they're coming back. When we look at pain points for organizations, once they are done with their Release 1 cloud, capacity management is very high on that list, and also other things like understanding how a workload will perform. For example, if I pull out a rack of servers because I have to upgrade it to another one, or if I out of a sudden give it a different storage component, how will that workload perform? I can guess about that on an Excel spreadsheet, but workloads today are getting so complex and depending on so many different things that a lot of organizations are running into true challenges, and they are looking for a product that helps them with that. And another thing that they are then doing is, they just throw money meaning hardware at the problem. And with hardware comes more software licenses, comes more cooling, comes more configuration, patching, maintenance, security issues.
It's a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah.
And the more hardware you have, the more security issues you also have.
You're right. You brought up a lot of great points. So for more information, you can visit ca.com/capacity.